Long ago, grandmas had a secret to keep bread soft for days. Oh, no plastic? They'd tuck it in, whisper a prayer, and somehow the bread stayed tender. But here's why this actually works. The apple shares its moisture with the loaf, balancing humidity perfectly. A trick scientists confirmed, but your grandma just knew by heart. Ever add too much salt to your soup? Don't panic. Grandma had a rescue move that feels like a small miracle. She'd toss in a potato, let it simmer, and it quietly absorbed the excess salt like it was meant to save dinner. The soup's balance returns get, not by accident, but by memory. What if I told you this sad lettuce can come back to life, and all you need is one lemon and some patience? Just soak the leaves in lemon water for 10 minutes. Watch as life returns. Crisp veins. It's not magic, it's science. The acid tightens the cells, the water rehydrates them. Grandma simply called it bringing back the garden. Ever wonder why your grandma stored cookies with bread? That wasn't strangedom. It was genius moisture control disguised as old habit. The bread sacrificed itself fizz, absorbing air dryness, keeping cookies soft. Grandma's unspoken trait of texture, sweet. She never explained it. She just smiled, like all grandmas who know that small acts of care are the real kitchen magic. The moment you look away now, it spills. But Grandma had one move that stopped the chaos before it began. She'd rest a wooden spoon over the pot rig, and somehow the boiling stopped right at the edge, perfectly controlled. The wood breaks the surface tension, halting the foam's rise. Science caught up later. Grandma didn't need to read it to believe it. Peeling garlic is tedious unless you know her trick. No knives, no tears, just a jar and a little rhythm. Shake it hard for 10 seconds, make the skin slip right off. It's loud, silly, and unbelievably satisfying. Every time I do it, I hear her laugh right. Proof that kitchen wisdom doesn't fade. It echoes through simple, clever gestures. To make milk last longer, Grandma added a pinch of salt. Sounds strange, right? But it quietly slowed the spoil. Just enough to preserve freshness, not taste. She didn't trust expiration dates. Grandma never threw away dull knives. She'd flip a ceramic mug, drag the blade across its bottom, like sharpening against a secret mountain. That unglazed ring is rough enough to realign the edge. No fancy tools, just old porcelain and quiet skill. When the blade glides like butter, she'd smile, like, "See?" She'd whisper, "You don't need..." How did Grandma know when eggs were fresh? She didn't crack one day. She floated them like tiny secrets waiting to speak. Fresh eggs sink flat, older ones lift their tails. The air pocket grows, and the truth reveals itself without a word. Never trust an egg that floats, she'd say nigh. Then crack it anyway, just to see if life still had surprise inside. Every time she cut onions, she never cried. No goggles, no tricks online, Keji, just one move you've probably never seen. She'd keep the knife wet, dipping before every slice. The onion vapors dissolved in water before they reached her eyes. While others wept, she smiled, humming softly. Respect the onion, and it won't fight you. One mistake, and dinner sticks forever, Fang, unless you know her way to erase even the worst burnt disaster. The kitchen hisses to life. Acid meets base, and burnt memories lift like stress. No scrubbing, no chemicals is valid, just patience and fizz. Grandma didn't waste, she restored. On humid days, sugar turned to stone. But Grandma always slipped something inside the jar. A few rice grains absorbed the moisture, keeping sugar loose and ready. Simple, invisible, but perfectly effective. She never measured science, she felt it. Every trick was intuition, shaped by love. To keep herbs fresh, she never sealed them tight, fright. She wrapped them gently in damp cloth, like tucking in a sleeping child. Moisture stayed balanced, not too wet, not too dry. When unwrapped, the herbs smelled like a garden right after rain. That scent of basil and mint meant one thing: care. Grandma always said freshness comes from heat soft butter fast. She never microwaved it. She used heat, but without heat. The trick still feels impossible. The trapped air melts just enough. In a minute, perfect spreadable butter. Oh, no rush, no damage. Bitterness in life and coffee tea, Grandma softened both with a pinch of salt. Just enough to change everything, nothing more. The sodium cancels, balancing acidity, revealing sweetness hidden beneath. Modern baristas test ratios. Grandma? She just knew. Every sip feels smoother, calmer, like life's small troubles. Soft, she hated wasting rice. When it turned saga, she fixed it with something so unexpected, I thought it was a joke. The bread absorbed the extra moisture pele, turning wet grains back to fluffy. A silent rescue mission from yesterday's wisdom. She never threw away what could be saved, because in her kitchen, even mistakes were lessons written in steam. Rostinier, the enemy of time. But Grandma never let her pans die. Her secret? Pussy. She'd coat, warm, and wipe alloy again and again. No chemicals, skinang. She never wasted lemon peels. They became natural cleaners, leaving steel shining and the whole kitchen smelling like summer. The oils dissolved grease, polished metal, and perfumed the air. No spray bottle, no plastic, just citrus and care. If it shines, you did it with love. Cleaning wasn't duty, it was gratitude made visible. When honey hardened, she never threw it out. She brought it back slowly, gently, like waking an old friend. She'd warm it, not boil, just enough to melt the crystals. Everything returns, she whispered, if you give it warmth. That first pour, perfect, alive again. Maybe that's why her kitchen always smelled like second chances and patience. Reheated pasta always sticks, man, unless you knew Grandma's ice cube trick. Cold water, hot pasta, perfect texture reborn. The cube melts instantly, loosening starch, reviving sauce. Simple physics, hidden under centuries of intuition and flavor. But she'd smile, tasting it. Never rush the heat, she said. Everything softens again. Watching her, I realized these weren't tricks. They were quiet acts of survival, love disguised as practicality. Every gesture, every habit, Vilni, it wasn't about saving food. It was about saving memory. This kitchen feels different now, but quieter, slower. But every mark, every smell, whisper. Her tools weren't fancy, but each one carried stories. Scratches from Sundays, burns from haste, and love baked into metal. She never wrote down tricks. She wrote feelings. If you love who you're cooking for, everything works, and even what shouldn't. I can almost hear her voice, that laugh, that capito, after every secret shared. Maybe these weren't hacks at all, just ways to care. Quiet methods of saying, I thought of you before you even arrived. The world moves faster now. Gadgets, guides, shortcuts. But her tricks still work, because that sound meant more than tigi. It meant safety. Home wasn't walls. I remember her saying, don't rush the boiling dough. Even water needs a. Now, when I cook, I hear echoes. One apple slice beside it being her last lesson. Even simple things, care, that's when it hit me all. She never taught me recipes. She taught me resilience, disguised as kitchen wisdom nobody talks about anymore. The world moves faster now. Gadgets, guides, shortcuts. But her tricks still work.